Hey guys, Jesse here. I'm at Walmart picking up a couple ingredients I need to make my keto friendly chicken parmesan. Everybody has chicken, so you can use whatever kind of chicken you like, so I'm not going to go into that. Important thing that you're going to need to get is the right kind of spaghetti sauce, okay? The one I'm getting is called Rouse. All right, this is 6 carbs per serving, okay? And it's like serving's like a whole cup, okay? All the other ones I looked at are 12 or more. Okay, that's double. Okay, that makes a difference. I use this whole thing when I make it. And, it works out to like 1 carb a serving, or 2 carbs or something like that. This is the one you want to get. If you find another brand of low carb spaghetti sauce, let me know. Okay? So, also I'm going to pick up some onions and some cheese. So, let's move on to that. This is chicken parmesan. I ate this often during those 2 months when I lost that over 60 pounds, and I eat it now. It's cheap, it's easy to make, and it's very, very low carb. I probably ate it 2-3 times a week. Well, anyways, I'm going to get right to it. You can use any kind of chicken you like. It really doesn't matter. Chicken's like no carbs at all. So I've made it several different ways with many different types of chicken. Let me show you right here. Okay. I've used canned chicken, all right? I've used drumsticks, I've used chicken parts, thighs, it doesn't matter. I've used rotisserie chicken. Today I'm using this. I'm not going to use the whole thing. Yeah, maybe 3 of these, but I'm roasting this in the oven. I'm just putting a little season oil on it, salt and pepper. And I'll roast it in the oven until it's the way I like it, and we'll take it out and go from there. Oh, also, if you got any chicken patties laying around that aren't breaded like these, I don't know if you can read it, but it says grilled white chicken. Okay, on the calories, it says right on it, or on the carbohydrates, it says right on it, they're 0. Okay. They're okay, but in the chicken parmesan I make, they're actually quite good. The can's okay. This is okay. The can's actually a little better than this. And of course, the real chicken's the best. All right. Next up is the sauce. You saw me get this at the grocery store. Let's see if I can hold that up for you. That's probably backwards. All right, well, you saw me get that at the grocery store. That's good stuff. It's half the carbs I've seen, or even more, less the carbs that I've seen in all the other ones. If you find one that's lower carbs than that, it's actually 6 carbs for half a cup. Excuse me earlier when I said 6 carbs a cup or more. But it's still fine. I don't use the whole thing on the size of dish I'm going to make. So that's what's next. Next up is the cheese I'm going to use. All right. You can use any kind of cheese you like. I've used almost everything as far as cheese. Basically, you can use what's in the fridge. Of course, chicken parmesan, you kind of want to have parmesan, but it's not necessary. I made it with just cheddar and, whatever you like. Just check the carb count on that cheese before you throw it in there. Okay. I also I don't have them on there because everybody knows what onions look like. I also use onions in here. Now, why do I use onions, and who puts that in chicken parmesan? Well, I'm going to tell you why. We can't have noodles. We can't have pasta, okay? And that's a real bummer. Let me tell you, I miss it. Well, I chop up some onions, I grill them in a pan, and then I bake them in, and it kind of takes the place of noodles somewhat. It thickens everything up, and it goes good with that sauce, and, some spices in there. And also, in another recipe, which I'll talk about next time, is a stroganoff that uses the onions but cut into bigger pieces. So it uses them kind of like noodles, a replacement for noodles. Now, onion's not super keto friendly. It's okay. I think it's 6 carbs in onion or something like that. I don't know. I don't use that much, and there's not that much in a serving, and it really makes a difference. All right, that's it for the ingredients. Let's get started on cooking it. Okay, guys, here we got 2 pans ready to go. Just a couple chicken breasts in each one. I know some people add water or whatever. You know, I like my chicken firm when it's in my chicken parmesan. So I don't add no water. I only got salt and pepper on there. Okay, I don't want to put too many spices early because I've heard that it burns. It can burn in the oven and change the flavor. So that's about it. I've got my oven set to 350 preheating. I'm going to put that in there for about 40 minutes. And I'll probably peek at it and flip it and poke it around a little bit as it goes. And I'll add some more spices about maybe 10 minutes before it's done. Okay? Well, let's get right to that. Okay, guys. The chicken's done. I'm about to cut it up. Right now, I've got some onions. I chopped up a pretty good size onion. And I've got it in butter. I'm frying it up in butter. I've got a little bit of minced garlic in there. A little bit of salt and pepper, a little bit of Italian spice. You can put in whatever you want. It's the butter that makes it good. Okay, so I'm gonna get that fried up good, and then we'll get to the next step. Okay, guys, you can cut your chicken up any way you want. I like mine a little bit shredded, and then I just mix it in. I add some more butter because, you know, butter's a keto dieter's best friend. It's got a lot of fat in it. And that's primarily what we run on now is fat. So this is good. Put some butter in. Now you don't have to do this step if you don't want to. I just like singeing it with the butter a little bit. Kind of soaks the garlic and everything into the chicken, but that's optional. Alright, we're ready for the next step after that sits for a minute. Okay guys, I put a little Parmesan cheese in the bottom of my pan, and I spooned about a half of this in there, okay? And maybe a little bit more than half. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put a little of that rouse on there and stir it around. I just like it to cook in the chicken, so that's what I'm going to do next. And there's our first layer. Okay, now I'm going to pour a bunch of cheese on top of that. I am out of Parmesan. They've got some on the bottom, but I'm going to use some Italian cheese. And I'm going to cover that in a good quarter inch of cheese. Then I'm going to add some more, the rest of that meat. Then I'm going to cover it in mozzarella, shredded mozzarella. Okay, so here we go. Okay, there's our layer of Italian cheese. And we'll spoon the rest of that on top of there. Put some more sauce on. Put that mozzarella on, and we'll be ready for the oven. And there's some more chicken. Okay, we got our other layer of sauce. And guys, I decided I'm going to go with this baby Swiss instead of mozzarella, okay? Actually, in case you didn't know, the baby Swiss or any Swiss is the best cheese for making cheese crisps. Hardly no oil. You can't burn them. They come out bright yellow and pretty. Okay, we're gonna put some of this on here, and then we're ready for the oven. Okay, there's our final layer of cheese, and remember, you can use any type of cheese you like. It doesn't have to be anything I've used here. Just check the carb counts. The Swiss has 0, by the way. So this is going to go in the oven at 350 for about 35 minutes, and then I'm going to check on it. Sometimes I'll just turn the oven off after that and let it sit a little while. So here we go. Let's see how it comes out. Hey guys, I pulled it back out and put a little more cheese on top of that Swiss. I'm used to a thick layer of cheese on top, and that Swiss just wasn't cutting it. Okay, so we're going back in for about another 25 minutes, and we'll take a look. Okay guys, there it is. It is absolutely delicious. I like cooking it until the cheese browns a little bit on top. You probably should wait a half hour or so before you cut it open. I'm probably going to go ahead and cut it open because 1, I'm hungry, and 2, I want to be done with this video. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed this. Let's go ahead and cut it open and see what it looks like inside. Alright, I'm going to see if I can hold the camera and cut this a little bit. Now what I do is I'm not doing it now, but I'll cut this into a whole bunch of small little squares. Okay, it does not take much of this to get full. I mean, a little 1.5 by 1.5 plug, and you're good for hours and hours and hours. Okay, let me get a plate and we'll scoop some of this out. Alright, here we go. Oh, look at that, guys. That is so good. Alright, let's get this in the light. We can see it a little better. Doesn't that look fabulous? And like I said, that's about a serving right there, and it will fill you up. Alright guys, let me know what you thought of that cooking video. I've got another one with smorgasbord. It's kind of like Swedish meatballs, but you can do it with hamburger, with London broil, anything. Alright, let me know what you thought. Some good stuff right there. Have a nice night.